Hello everybody, this is Rebecca Jane from yogawithrebeccajane.com. Welcome to this 30-minute practice. Here we are again, starting a new theme. It's about consistency, cultivating consistency. The quote that I had added to our email was, we are what we repeatedly do. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act. It's not an act, it's a habit. Aristotle. So it's really about consistency, discipline, right? Getting up every morning, doing the very thing. You know, there's going to be flexibility depending on what's happening in your life, but there's that, I get up, I do this, I eat that, I do. And it's, that gives you the framework for the day. It kind of sets the day, the tone. And it also sets the tone for when you're going through transitions, going through life changes. So at least you know for sure this is okay. I have this in place. This was actually inspired by a client I work with who's going through lots of major transitions in his life. And the thing that has kept him grounded and stable mentally and emotionally has been his routines, his walking the dog every day, making his bed. He does journaling and he reads, he meditates, and then he goes to work. And that consistency was what helped him make that next transition. And it doesn't mean it can feel boring and monotonous at times, but what it does is once you have that framework, you can then go out and venture, try new things, and then you come back again. But you need that base, that base, you know, that home base. So this practice is about, we're going to be concentrating on the dristis. There are 9 of them, okay? Dristis, or the gazing, is when you gaze. There's you gaze upwards, there's gazing, the third eye gaze, so you gaze from the third eye. You can gaze at the nose, you can gaze at the navel, you can gaze at the hands, either one, on the sides, left side, right side, the feet. Now, what I'll do is throughout this practice, I will be saying gaze, I'll just be saying gaze at the left side, look to the left, look to the right. And the gazing is soft as if you're looking beyond that whole horizon gazing thing I've talked about. And we're going to do that continuously throughout the class. So I'll say gaze up, gaze to the navel. That means looking towards the navel, even if you can't see it, which sometimes I can't see it, in terms of things getting in the way. Gaze, third eye gaze. So when you do a third eye gaze, you're actually looking towards the middle, so your eyes turn slightly inward. Okay, you'll see that this is a very interesting concept of calming the mind, because what causes the anxiety and the nervousness is our leaking of our energy that kind of leaks out. One of the ways it leaks is through looking back and forth, looking all over the place. So we need to kind of keep our gaze forward or wherever on something. Okay, we're going to actually lie on our backs. What might help is if you want to use a strap, or you can use your hands. Just have the strap near you if you want, if that's something. I'm probably going to forego the strap, but it's really helpful. We'll be doing some stretching, and once you're on your back, hug your knees into your chest. And just do some little rocks and rolls from side to side, and turn your gaze in the opposite direction of the knees, so looking from side to side. And the gaze is soft. It's like your eyes are half closed. They're a little bit droopy. And then straighten the legs, reach them towards the ceiling, gazing towards your feet. Bringing your hands or a strap on your ball mounds of your feet and drawing the feet towards you, stretching out the backs of those legs. And let's come into our Ujjayi breath, breathing in, gazing towards the feet. And then let's bring your right knee into your chest. Take your left foot, place it on the ground. You can extend it or keep it bent. Actually, if you could straighten it, that's much easier in this. And then you could strap up that right foot if you'd like, or not. And then take an inhale and use your exhalation to straighten that leg, gazing towards the right foot. And then rebending the knees, your gaze is upward. Inhale, exhale, straighten, gazing towards your foot. And then inhale, bending, keeping the gaze upward. One more time, straighten that right leg. Keep the stretch of that right leg. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then taking hold of the big toe or both the straps in the right hand, open that right leg out to the right. Take your left arm, keep your left hand on your left hip and look to the left. Breathing deeply, inhale. And exhale. And then lift that right leg up. Swap the straps so they're in your left hand or left hand on the outside of that right foot. Right arm out to the side like a wing and cross your right leg over. And looking to the right. Looking towards that right hand. Breathing deeply, inhale. And exhale. So gazing, dristi. It keeps your energy from leaking out, so that's contained in your body, so that it doesn't become anxious and nervous. Let's lift that right leg back up, chaotic, and then hug your right knee into your chest. And then let's bring your left foot in, hug it, and then extend your right leg. Oh yes, this feels really good. I don't know how you feel, but this feels just perfect this morning. Take an inhale and use your exhalation. Either strap up or use your hands, straighten that left leg. Gazing towards your left foot. Inhale, bending, gazing upwards. And then exhale, straighten, foot. Gazing, bending. Inhale, gazing upwards. And then straightening. Make sure that right leg is strong and powerful, as if you're standing on it. Then take hold of either the straps in the right hand or the big toe with that left hand and open your left leg out to the side. Right hand on the right hip. And then turn and look to the right, gazing towards the right. Breathing deeply, inhale. Teaching yourself to be calm, relaxed. Take an inhale, lift your left leg back up, gazing. The gaze comes right there towards the foot, and then swap the straps in your right hand or the right hand outside your left foot. Left arm reaches out to the left, turn your gaze to the left, gazing towards your left hand. Breathing deeply. So our left leg is not necessarily all the way down to the ground. Unless you have it, that's fine too. And then lift your left leg back up. Rehug your left knee into your chest and then bring your right knee in. Give yourself a hug, forehead to knees, holding onto ankles or shins and gazing towards your feet. Breathing deeply, inhale and exhaling. Straightening those legs up to the ceiling, lower your head to the ground, gazing towards those feet.
Now from here, push through the ball mounds of those feet. So create those, I always call them stiletto heel feet. And the arms resting next to the sides. And just simply lift your tailbone up and lower. So it's hardly even lifting. It's almost imperceptible. And the gazing's at the feet. Lift, inhale, exhale, lower. No swinging of the legs. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Working those deeper transverse abdominal muscles. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Gazing, gazing, gazing. Softness in the eyes. Strengthening also your eye muscles just by doing this, or the ability to see clearly. And then hug your knees into your chest again. This time bring your gaze towards your navel. Now when I say gaze towards the navel, it doesn't mean you actually see the navel, but towards it. And then hug your right knee into your chest. Let's just extend your left leg. Keep your head up. If you need to support your head with a hand, go ahead, feel free. And then we're going to swap. So the gaze is towards your navel. Right leg reaches, left leg hugs. And then your hands are wrapping around your shins or just below the knee. Hug your right knee. And we're going to go back and forth, hugging and extending. Gazing. If it's too much for your neck, I feel my neck today, I don't know why. Just take your hands behind your head and cycle those feet without even touching the knees. Let's take one more set, and then let's hug your knees into your chest. Oh, yes. Oh. And then gently roll all the way up to a seat and transition onto hands and knees. Press back into a child's pose. Your gaze is towards the navel, which again, towards the navel. So looking back, breathing deeply, inhale and exhale. And then let's inhale, come to all fours. This is a third eye gaze. So you turn your gaze towards your middle of your eyebrows. Take an inhale and exhale, downward facing dog. Gazing towards your navel. So your chin is tucked. You're lifting your gaze upwards. Breathing deeply, inhale. Take an inhale and exhale. Take a walk to the front of the mat. Once you're here at the front of the mat, forward bend, navel gazing. Inhaling halfway. This is third eye, so you're turning your gaze inward towards the third eye. Exhale, forward bend, navel. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Bring the hands together above the head, gazing upwards now towards the hands. Exhale, hands to heart, gazing towards your fingers. Breathing deeply, inhale. Reach up, take a breath in. Gazing upwards. Exhale, forward fold, navel gazing. Inhaling halfway, third eye. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog, navel. Inhaling into plank, and this is downward towards the ground. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling into cobra. So this is looking forward. If you're doing an upward facing dog, you can look up. Either one, actually. You choose which feels better on your neck, upward or forward. Exhale, press back, child's pose, navel. Inhale, all fours, third eye. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look back, navel. It's quite interesting. Take an inhale and exhale, step or take a jump to the front of the mat. Forward bend, navel. Inhaling, third eye halfway. Exhaling, forward fold, navel. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Hands together, looking upward up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart, gazing towards the hands. This time, inhale, reach arms up, sit down in your chair. Now the gaze, you can gaze up to the hands, actually up towards the ceiling or forward. Exhale, forward fold, navel. It's not, and then inhaling, third eye halfway. So this is a funny one. It's like, how do you do that? Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. It's just turning your eyes slightly inward. Look, and then exhale, navel, downward facing dog. Inhaling, plank, looking downward. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Looking forward or looking up. Exhale, child's pose. Looking to the navel. Inhaling, coming to all fours, downward facing dog. Looking to the navel. Take an inhale and exhale, step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale halfway, third eye. Exhale, forward fold, navel. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. Up, hands together above the head, looking upwards. Exhale, hands to heart, looking to fingers, hands. Inhale, arms reach. Sit down into your chair, either looking up or forward. Exhale, lower down, forward bend, navel. Inhaling, halfway, third eye. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Navel. Inhaling, plank, down to the ground. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, either looking up or forward. Exhale, child's pose, looking to the navel. Taking a deep breath in. Taking a moment here. Then inhaling, come to all fours. A lot of repetition, consistency. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking to the navel. Take an inhale, right leg reaches to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot between your hands. Flatten out your back foot. Circle those arms up. Cartwheel those arms open. Warrior two. So the gaze in warrior two is towards that right hand. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Then straighten your right leg. And then bring your right hand to your right shin. Trikonasana, triangle. Left arm reaches, gazing upwards towards your left hand. Now again, if that hurts your neck, then you look down to your right foot. Holding and breathing. Rebend your right knee, open those arms back out. Warrior two, gazing to that right hand. Taking your right arm on your right thigh or inside your right foot. Lift that left arm and looking up towards your left hand. Breathing in and breathing out. And then lower your left hand down, framing that right foot, stepping back, downward facing dog, navel. Inhale, plank down to the ground. Gazing to the ground. Exhale, lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, gazing forward or upward. Exhale, child's pose, looking back. Navel. Inhaling all fours. Third eye. Exhale, downward facing dog, navel. Bringing your right foot towards your left foot. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Keeping that gaze towards your navel. Take an inhale, then exhale, step left foot between your hands. Flatten out your back foot, cartwheeling your arms open. Arms reaching out, gazing towards your left hand. Breathing in and breathing out. Straightening your left leg, take an inhale. Exhale, left hand on the shin or on a block. Right arm reaches to the sky, gazing up to that right hand or towards your left foot. Breathing deeply, inhale. Soft gaze, dristi. Inhaling, rebend your left knee. Open the arms back out, warrior two. Gazing towards that left hand. Then left arm on the left thigh or inside your left foot. Right arm reaches to the sky, looking up, stretching and breathing, gazing upwards. Lowering your hands down to the ground, framing your left foot, stepping back, downward facing dog. Gazing towards your navel. Bending the knees, take an inhale and exhale, step or take a little jump to the front of the mat. Inhaling halfway, gazing third eye. Exhale, forward fold, navel. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Bring the hands together above the head, looking above. And then exhale, hands to heart, gazing towards your fingers. Take a pause here, breathing in and breathing out. So I'm going to turn around. We will be doing a balance, just like we did on the ground when we were on our backs. Let the hands drop to your sides. So bringing your right knee up, hugging it in. And then straightening that right leg in front of you, either holding on to the outside of the feet and gazing towards the foot. Now lower your chest down to your thigh. And then bring that knee back in and give yourself a hug. I know this is a tough one. You can always lower that right foot down for a moment and bring it back up. Then grab hold of that right big toe, left hand on the left hip. Open that right leg out to the side. If you need to keep it bent, keep it bent. Left arm reaches, and you're looking towards your left hand. Away from the right leg. That's it. Woo! I know. And then lower that right leg down. Whew. Take a few little shakes. Loosening up those thighs. So if you have to place the feet down, and come back up again, not a huge deal. So bring the feet back hip distance. Your left knee lifts up this time. So it's the gaze that's important, because if it starts to get, if you start to lose your focus, then you get nervous and uptight. Hold on to the foot, the outer foot, outside, inside, gazing towards your left toes. Take a deep breath in, and you can fold over that left leg. Maybe. Keep the left knee bent. See, I'm a little wiggly today. Huge, not a big problem. We just come back.
trying. And then lower your left, bring your left knee back. And you could lower it down for a minute if you need to, or a second. Bring it back into your chest, and then take hold of that left big toe. Right hand on the right hip. Open that left leg out to the side. Right arm reaches. And bring your gaze towards that right hand. Dristi. One of the dristis, the 9. And then lower that left foot down. And whew, gets your heart rate up. All good for the body. We cannot say it isn't good unless you have like a injury that it's hard, you don't want to, that you have to be careful with. That's if you've moved from the front of the mat, come back. Inhale, reach arms up, looking upwards. Calm the nervous system. Exhale, forward fold. Navel, looking towards that navel. Inhaling halfway, third eye. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Navel. Inhale, lower the knees to the ground. Child's pose. Woo. And then coming up onto all fours and transitioning onto your right hip and swinging those legs forward. Lowering yourself towards the ground, gazing either upward or towards your hands. Coming all the way onto your back, stretch through the arms, stretch through the legs. So we're training ourselves, hug your knees into your chest so that when you're out in the world, you don't close your eyes in the world. You walk around with the eyes open. But how to focus. So we're rewiring our brain. Let's let the knees drop to the right, spinal twist. Left arm out to the left side, gazing to the left. Keeping the eyes open. If you feel like you want to close the eyes at this point, feel free. I'm training myself to do my practice with my eyes open as well, which has really been helpful for my everyday life. Pick your knees up. Give yourself a hug. And then knees to the left. Right arm out to the right side, gazing to the right. Or eyes closed. There is time to turn in and there's time to turn out. And then pick your knees back up. Give yourself one last hug as we prepare for our Shavasana. Left foot to left corner, right to right. Do a little wiggle. Get yourself settled. Now let your eyes close. Whew. Shavasana. And you could stay where you were for another minute or so, another few minutes as I come up to seal the practice. Always recommending 2 to 5 minutes in Shavasana. I have to end quicker because of the timing of the class. So when the time does come for you to sit in your Sukhasana, your cross-legged seat, take a moment to just feel the calmness of the body, the mind, how it's joined together. So consistency, consistency. As I bring my hands in front of my heart to seal this practice, this is Rebecca Jane from yogawithrebeccajane.com. Namaste.